Pause. All right.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, Mama. We made it.
We did. We've been talking about this
Just
for
for at least 6 months.
6 months.
Because I
And
was
here we are.
very much still pregnant, and my baby is 4 months old.
Yes. We talked about it. And finally you said, let's do it.
Let's do
We
it.
got to set a date in the calendar or else it's not going to happen.
Because we're literally the same person.
We,
Born like years apart.
and we're moms. So
And we're moms.
that is a little bit of why it's been, maybe, is that the reason?
Or we just didn't set a date.
Or we just did set the date. Busy moms, okay?
We're busy moms, but busy moms, we need to make something happen. We got to make it happen.
And we did it.
And
so.
the struggle of setting up the day.
Okay. That part.
So I hope y'all enjoy the first inaugural
Yes.
episode.
First episode. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Elena. And we want to make this podcast because we know that, it's tough being a mom. It's not easy. Things happen daily throughout the week. And one day I was talking to Amanda at church and I was like, I cannot think of a name. And I know we can't do it unless God gave us a name.
Yeah.
And I just want moms to know that it's okay, Mama.
It's okay.
And we was like,
that's it. And then we find ourselves saying, it's okay, Mama. We're like, oh, I'm so tired today. I didn't get this done. It's okay, Mama.
It's okay, Mama.
It's okay. So that's where it all started.
That's where it all started.
Yeah.
And it just, got inspired.
Yes.
But since I was pregnant, I do have a 4-month-old. It seemed like everybody was telling me their birthing stories. It's just like every time I talk to women, especially Black women, and some of them was beautiful, some of them was traumatic. And I was like, we have to record this. We have to have a place where it's safe that we can talk and get this going and, spread positivity and create a community of moms and just women to support each other, because as Black women, sometimes we don't have that.
We don't get it. Yeah. I was sharing a little bit of my story, and I believe I got PTSD from that. I still struggle. I think about it. It's just a memory I will never forget. And that's with my youngest. So she's 5 now. So yeah.
Was that your hardest?
That was the hardest. Yes. I have 3, and the oldest 22.
Don't look at me.
It's been a while, y'all. Oldest is 22, turning 22, and then I have one turning 19, and then I have the 5-year-old. So it's been a while, but the 5-year-old, that one was the hardest.
It was the hardest.
I have to share that one day. Oh, the hardest part?
Yeah, we're gonna share it one day. You're sharing it.
We're gonna show it today. We're gonna share it today.
Yes.
Today. Well, where do I start? Well, I was high risk. I had her turning 40, so I had several appointments. Several. It was about every week. This was around COVID, so that was a experience in itself. But I was going in thinking I was gonna have a vaginal delivery. And went in, checked in. I was expecting to see my doctor. I picked her specifically on purpose, thinking she was gonna be the best for me. But she wasn't there. Had a on-call doctor. It's like, yeah, your doctor won't make it, but I'm here. Okay, talk to me. They induced. They had to bring my water. Baby wasn't coming. I'm sitting there waiting. This is in the evening, so we checked in around, gosh, maybe 5-ish. No, it was about 9, I believe. It was late. We checked in at 9. They ended up breaking my water, giving me all the drugs to try to get her to come. Baby wasn't coming. She just wasn't coming.
She's like, I'm up in here and I'm not going to.
Nurses coming in and out. And then at one point, it was like 5 nurses that walked in the room. And they're looking at this monitor and they're talking. And I'm looking like, what's happening? I'm here still. Like, y'all looking at my records. No one was talking to me. I'm getting nervous, like, what's going on with my baby? They're not talking to me. And then the doctor comes in and she's like shaking my stomach. And then they tell me the news that I have to do a C-section. So my first 2 were vaginal births. So easy. I didn't have any bad experiences with them.
Just say easy.
It was easy, especially my second. 4 pushes, she was here. I'm like, this is the best. I was expecting that this time around. I didn't get that. But the doctor
old
comes
at this
in.
point. You're old.
Is that it?
I don't
know. No, it was a baby. She wasn't coming. So the doctor's shaking my belly. She's like, well, this baby's not coming. We're going to have to do a C-section. I'm like, C-section. This is not what I was expecting.
Right.
Scared. I was like, cut open. Like my sisters had at least 5, and I witnessed her going through the pain. That's something I never
She had
wanted to
5
experience.
C-sections.
Yes.
Wow.
And I just remember one with her first, and we were at my mom's and just seeing her walk up the stairs and in pain. I'm like, I can never do that. But she's like, wow, I just was like a soldier. But she went through that. But I'm like, no, I don't want that. And I wanted my husband to experience having a baby,
Yeah.
seeing that because his first 2 were C-section babies. So I was disappointed that he didn't get to
So it's his
experience
fault.
that. It's your fault. I was disappointed he didn't get to experience that, and then I was scared because I'm like, "Oh, gosh, I didn't want this."
Mhm.
But anyhow, they wheeled me back, and I
It happens
remember
quick, huh?
it was fast. It was
Yeah,
so
it
fast,
happens quick.
so fast.
They don't do it so you won't change your mind.
Yeah, yeah. They wheeled me back to the room, and I mean, I didn't experience any pain or anything after I got the epidural. They cut me open, got her out, and I remember looking over at the monitor, and I saw my blood pressure. Like, at this point, I couldn't even think about baby because it was my blood pressure was extremely low, and I was concerned, like,
Mm.
for one, I didn't share with you, I was afraid to experience, what is women experience death after giving
Oh,
childbirth, and I heard around that time I was pregnant, I kept seeing articles and Instagram stories about Black women giving childbirth and not making it.
yeah.
So that was one of my fears, like, I had nightmares about it, and so I'm looking at my blood pressure, and I could be wrong, but I felt like it was in the 20s over 40, and I was just like, "What's happening?" I'm panicking, and I'm talking to a nurse, there's a male nurse right there, I'm like, "My blood pressure," and he's like, "You're fine, you're fine." He just kept blowing me off, like, and finally I heard my baby in the corner, but I'm still like, "Am I gonna make this? Am I gonna make it out?" But long story short, I did, everything was fine, baby was fine. But yeah, ended up with a C-section, and I got stories after that, but
Wow.
but yeah, that was my
That was your scariness.
my
'Cause was
scariness.
easy, easy peasy.
It didn't feel easy,
I know.
but
I'm just kidding. My 2 were both
they were
C-sections.
both C-sections.
Yes, the
Okay.
most memorable one, I'm guessing it's the first one because that one wasn't scheduled.
Okay.
Same thing. I was actually terrified of giving birth vaginally because I
Really?
hate pain.
Oh, no.
So I was terrified. I was terrified, but we went in. She was supposed to be born March 6th. So we went
Mhm,
in on February 24th just to see her size and see how she was doing.
mhm,
So we got there. This time we was living in Baltimore. So it was at Mercy Hospital, great hospital.
mhm.
So we got there and they're looking in the sonogram and it was like, she don't have any water in her sac.
No water.
And it was like, "Did your water break?" I'm like, "I don't know." I mean, I remember having a real long pee
Wait.
one day, but
Wait. You probably water probably broken, you just walking around moving and
I didn't know. I mean, I do remember having a real long pee, and I knew I wasn't pushing a pee out. It was just kind of flowing, but I
mm.
didn't,
Oh, wow.
on the movie, it's just like gush.
Right,
So
right.
I didn't know like if that was it or not.
I'd
I
never
don't
experienced having my water break on its
exact.
own.
So
All 3
I didn't know.
pregnancies.
I also didn't know what my mucus plug was.
Okay, yeah, see.
'Cause, I don't know if I told you, but so TMI, but I used to walk around the house naked all the time, just do
Free.
free, and I stepped on something squishy, so I picked it up, I was like, "What is
Oh, no.
this?" And I just threw it
Oh,
away.
no. She had all the signs.
I didn't know. Nobody told me. Nobody told me
You were
this.
new.
I actually found out years later, and I was like, "That's what that was?"
Wow.
I didn't even know. And mind you, I bought the book "What to Expect When You're
Oh, okay.
Expecting," but it was brand new on the shelf. I didn't even crack it
It
open.
was just dusty on the
It
shelf.
was just for a
Okay.
show. I'm expecting. I got the book.
Did you open the book?
Huh?
Did you open the book?
No, no
No.
creases in it.
Okay.
Brand new, brand
It's
new.
fresh.
And then
Okay.
I end up when we moved, end up giving it away. Still brand new. Never opened it, but I had the app.
Okay.
I used the app this time, but so we get upstairs. They admit me because at this point we're not going home.
Mhm.
So she was what 11 days early.
Wow.
So again, I didn't have a bag packed, just like this time. But I didn't
Mhm.
have a bag packed, so my husband had to go and get stuff that we needed and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So they admit us. My nephew was born on the 24th. So I called my sister and said, hey, we may have a baby the same day
Oh,
because they admitted me. Get there. At this time, at the beginning of February, I was already 2.5 centimeters dilated. That's at the beginning. By the
okay.
time I got there, I was still like 2 centimeters dilated. And I only got to like 5 centimeters.
Okay.
Um, so they were, I don't know what none of the medicine called. Y'all, I'm not in the medical industry, so I don't know none of these terms. So I know that they were putting these little tabs in my cervix to soften
See,
it.
yeah, I don't know if that's
I
the
don't know what that's called, but they
yeah.
was putting a little tab to soften it. It was at this point it was a student hospital. So
Mm,
I don't know how many people came in here and saw my hoo ha.
those are fun.
But at this point it didn't matter. I was just wide open. All right. So midnight came and that's when I finally had my first contraction.
Oh, wow.
So I was there from like 9 o'clock that morning, and about midnight, that's when I had my first contraction. I said I don't like pain. I was like,
Help!
ow, what is this? Epidural.
Somebody
Epidural.
help.
I know that term. I know that medical term. Epidural within 30 minutes.
So right away.
Right away.
I try to
I
be
had one, maybe two
strong.
contractions.
I try to be strong and
I
hold
haven't
it
tried to
out.
be strong at all.
Then it got to that point, I'm like, yep, I'm ready. Because, yeah, I'm ready.
Mm-mm. I wasn't trying to be strong. And then my sister-in-law was like, she had 4 babies, and she's like, "I had mine all
Oh,
natural.
no.
I ain't use no medicine. Don't do it."
Those are
I'm
soldiers.
like, "You a strong one," because me, that first,
We're not doing that.
they told me to hold still. I was a statue. That's right. The easy
Ready
epidural
for
there.
it.
I was,
Ready.
yeah, just go ahead, get the needle in there.
Ah,
I don't care how it could have been this long. I don't
it
care.
probably was.
Stick it in my
It was
back.
close.
Let me not feel that again.
Yeah.
So, all day they kept coming in on the 25th. Oh, you're contracting. The baby is fine. I said, I am. I haven't felt a
It's
thing.
nice.
I was in heaven.
Yeah.
Just couldn't eat nothing though. I was mad about that.
I
So
remember
about
that feeling.
7:30, 7:40. No, it had to be like 7:35. They rushed in. There was like the baby heart rate drop. We had the
Mm,
emergency C-section. And like, I don't know
scary.
what's going on. I'm like, huh?
Right.
So they rushed me in the back. They took my husband, I guess, to go get him scrubbed in or whatever. And then they when I got in there and they started cutting me, I could
Mhm.
feel everything. Like I felt the
Mm-mm.
knife and I'm like, and I don't curse, but I think I was cussing that lady out.
Mm.
I was like, you
So how long was it between the first epidural and the
it had been from midnight,
cut?
like 12:30 a.m.
Okay.
and they did the rush around 7 something p.m.
Oh, wow. That's a long
Yeah, it was
stretch.
a long stretch. You
Mhm.
would think they would administer before they did
Evaluate,
that.
see where your
Yeah,
pain
no,
level's
they
at.
just and she was like, "No, you're just feeling pressure." I'm like,
Mm-mm.
"No, you're."
Mm-mm.
I said the word, but I don't curse. I was like, "You're cutting me. I can
Oh,
feel you
my.
slicing me open." And
Ouch.
then she gonna tell me, "Don't worry. By the time you have your second one, you won't remember any of this."
Don't tell me that.
She told me
Because
this.
I'm feeling it now.
And I don't know if I was going off. All I know is when my husband came in,
Oh,
he was rubbing
no.
my head. And
Mm-mm.
then I was mad at him because he didn't get no video, but he was trying to make sure I was okay. But I was mad at him.
You might not want the video, okay?
I wanted the
No, let me
video.
tell
That's
you.
my
Let me tell you. I didn't ask for the video. But with my first son,
They got
his
video.
dad had the video.
He was all up in
And
there.
this is around the time we had to get pictures developed. So when I went to go pick
Oh.
up my pictures, I was thoroughly embarrassed. I had parts and pieces all in those photos. So, I don't know. I don't know. I had a lot of parts and pieces out. I wasn't ready. And I'm saying, oh, the whole team got to see this that was working in that
Hold
department
on
today.
one
So
second.
yeah, it's just I don't know if you wanted the video because my experience with the video, I don't know.
I mean, but that was pictures.
Whoa, that is true.
I
Because
was gonna,
if
I
it
just
was on
wanted
your
the video
device, that's a
into my camera.
whole
Yeah,
different
it was
story.
gonna be on my
Yeah.
phone,
See,
and I wasn't gonna get it
like you said,
developed.
I'm a little older, so
I didn't say it. You did. I did say it
I'm from the
earlier.
1900s.
You had your first in the 1900s.
No,
I
I'm
was,
from the 1900s.
me
As we
too.
still were developing photos around that
That
time. So
time.
I gave
I mean,
birth
that's
22 years ago.
okay. So it's
So
early 2000s. That makes sense.
yeah, yeah.
That makes sense. I was still in high school. I'm messing with She gonna be me.
It's okay, mama.
It's okay, Mom. We're not that far in age, though. We're really not. What is
No.
it, 6 years? It's just 6 years.
Yeah.
So that's not that far.
No.
Because I tease my husband is 6 years older than me. I
I'm the
tease him
same
too.
age as your husband,
I
right?
know.
Okay,
That's why I
okay.
get to tease y'all.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're next year. You'll be where we're at." And I'm like, "I know,
You're
but
not far, boo.
I'm still in my 30s.
Just
I
eat
got
it
8
up.
months.
Enjoy.
I'm gonna enjoy it." So that was my first birthing story.
Okay.
Everything else after that was
That's
fine. The
good.
recovery was fine. My mom came up. She took 2 weeks, and she was with me the first 2 weeks. I had to kick her out. She was supposed to stay a month, but she only stayed 2 weeks, or we wasn't gonna have no
Oh,
relationship.
no. That's nice you had the help.
But I'm mad that, this time I told her, give me a few days, and she gave me too long. I'm like, where's my mommy?
Mm. Did you experience any health issues after, like hypertension, postpartum?
No, I was good. At
That's
that
good.
point, I was 30, so I was fine. It was a good recovery. I
That's
feel like
good
this one took longer. I had
to
more
recover.
pain on the second hand, and I don't know because the scar tissue got cut or whatever the case
Mm,
may be.
mm,
But the
the
first
scar
one, the
tissue.
recovery was better.
And it takes a while to heal the
Yeah,
scar tissue too. So,
yeah.
well, that's
And
good.
same thing happened with this. Well, this time I had high blood pressure,
Okay. See, I
and so
experienced that too, the
they
high
they
blood
took
pressure.
her 15 days early. So that's why if you hear my
Mm.
husband say again, because again we wasn't prepared. We had thought that Sunday before, we went on Monday, that Sunday before, we was like, we need to pack our bag. And we didn't do it.
Didn't
So when I
listen.
went to the doctor the next day, when I went to the doctor that Monday, he was like, I don't like your blood pressure. You're
Oh
going in today, they're
man.
gonna take this baby. I'm like,
Yeah.
Chael, get ready.
Oh man.
Get ready. We got to go to the hospital. He was like, again? I had plans today. I'm like, well,
Oh,
so
that's
yeah. But this one, I feel like it was already scheduled. The only thing was, she was head down when I got there.
mm.
Within 2 hours, she had flipped completely. So she ended up being a breech
Oh wow.
C-section. And Che was like, I wonder why you was doing this because they had to turn it around. It's like you're changing my
I had to move baby
transmission.
around.
But the funny part with this one was, we wasn't expecting to have her, so we had to
Mhm.
figure out who was going to get Marley
Mm.
from school. So we called one of our church members, seeing if he can pick her up, and he agreed. So I told my husband, I was like, go ahead, call the school and let them know that he's picking her up, give him the name. And the school's like, well, can you email us your ID to verify who you are? And he was like, okay. And he hung up. I said, what happened? He said, they told me to email. I said, do you have your ID? No. Do you have a picture of ID? Can you email them? We're in we right now, they're
Help
doing
me.
surgery on me. Like I can't move.
Oh man.
He in the surgery with me. I said, give me the phone.
Help.
So I'm sitting there getting a baby cut out of me. I call the school.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, hi, I'm literally on the operating table right now.
Oh wow.
My church member is coming to pick up Marley. This is his name. Can you make sure that she gets home? Because we're in the operating room. My husband does not
Oh
have his ID.
wow.
She's like, Miss Stevens, that's fine. We'll make sure that she gets home.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. The nurse was like, I have never seen a mama take care of business
While
while
having a
having a
baby.
baby.
That's interesting.
And so,
First
yeah.
time I've
Yeah.
heard something like that. Wow.
So that happened with the second one. And the only other thing was they was trying to release me early with
Oh.
Charlie.
Mm.
They was like, okay, we're gonna do your discharge trip. This is like day 2.
Mhm.
I still had the catheter in. I still hasn't walked around. I just didn't do nothing. So they ended up. I told them no. Like y'all need to get the catheter out. I need to make sure I can walk around
Mhm.
with her.
Mhm.
And so this young nurse, I'm not gonna say what race she is, but you kind of tell. um, she came in. She took out the catheter around like 9 o'clock. Um, I asked for a bath, but she just wiped me down, like with like the black cloths. And then when I got back to the bed, like I started having a breathing attack. Like I couldn't
Mm.
breathe, and I'm like,
Scary.
yeah, I was scared and I couldn't breathe. I was telling them I can't breathe. And she just standing there
Just
watching,
looking like a looker.
just looking.
Help.
No panic,
No questions, how
no
you
questions,
wow.
no just watching me, chill, just watching me because he don't know what to do. And when I stopped, she was like, "Okay." And she just left out.
Oh, no, I'm calling for the doctor. Go get the doctor, please.
I'm like, no sense of urgency,
Wow,
no,
yeah.
you just waiting to see if I was gonna die or recover. Like, what is going on?
Like, that's a normal thing to
Like that's a
happen.
normal. It's not normal to me. Maybe it's normal to her. I don't know.
Wow.
But for me, treat
Never heard
me.
of such a thing. But what was the reason? What
I
was
don't
going
know if
on?
I was just because I had just had, and it was hurting. Like the scissors was hurting, so it was hard for me to get back in the bed, and maybe my body just got overwhelmed. I don't know, but it was the scariest thing. Like tears running
Yeah,
down my face. I'm
that's
really
scary.
grasping for help. Somebody said you probably was having a panic attack. I said, yeah, because I thought I was dying.
Man, so C-sections are something, I'll tell you that.
It was scary.
I know at home recovering, there was once I just bent down to pick up something I dropped while I was holding the baby, and I felt like something just tangled up in there, and I mean, I went to the doctor a few times, explained, like, "Something's going
What's
on
going
in there,
on?
something's wrong, like, I have to really move just to get comfortable," but
Mhm.
it felt like something was tied, and
Mm.
it took me at least 3 to 4 doctors for somebody to tell me that I had a hernia, umbilical hernia, ab separation, and even still, I don't know if that what was going on because
Gotcha.
the way I had to fight to try to explain that I had something going on with my body was a mess.
Mm.
But I did find out a lot of doctors, and I don't know if this is true or not, but they don't get trained in an education on
Oh,
diastasis recti and all that other
oh
things,
wow.
but yeah,
But you would think if I'm coming to you for it,
something's
research.
off.
Why don't you practice medicine and research some stuff so you can
But then
help
you hear a
me?
lot of women though too experience that, but there's no talk about that. You
It's
don't hear that when you
crazy.
go to your gynecology appointment or OB
No,
while you're pregnant. I've never heard of that before. That was my first time, and I've had 3. That was my 3rd baby, and I just
I've
learned
never
about
heard that
that,
till
so
right now.
yeah.
So, and that's why
Eh
we have to have podcasts like this so we can talk about it.
yeah.
And if you're
You
expecting,
learn something
you
new.
might learn something
Yep,
new.
yep.
There's a
So
lot of things I really think too with postpartum. I learned that during COVID I was on what's that little chat thing that you can go on and talk to people. It's an app. I can't think of the name of it, but you go on there and it's like people chatting on it.
I don't know.
My mama just said it today and I still forgot.
Some
But
Marco
like
Polo or anything.
yeah, so you just go into rooms and you can literally have a conversation or just listen to a conversation, or you can join a conversation.
Oh, ok oh, I know what you're
You
talking
know,
about.
I can't think of the name of it. It's right there. I can see the thing, but I
I
can't.
know what you're talking about, but I can't think of it right now.
But I was on there and I was in the room with a lot of women, and it was telling like birthing stories and stuff like that. And one lady said that her daughter-in-law had postpartum psychosis. Now, this is the
Oh,
first time I heard of
I've never
this.
heard that before.
Right. She was
Mhm.
very normal, very sane, had a sound mind before she had her baby. Um, and then she had a psychosis where luckily the baby wasn't with her. She ran into a wall at full speed.
Oh my.
Yeah. And, unalived herself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How sad.
Yeah, it was sad, and I
Yeah, I've
was like,
never
I
heard that
never heard of
before.
that, and I'm like, if they know that women go through these hormonal changes and can go through postpartum depression, which is the biggest one, now we know that there's postpartum psychosis, that
Yeah.
you can literally lose your mind, and that's why I do not judge women. It's sad, but when women end up harming their babies and stuff like that, we don't know what's going on with
Mhm.
their mental because they just had a baby.
Yeah. I
They
didn't know much about
me
postpartum
neither.
until maybe my 2nd child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so that I feel like with our insurance, it should include the therapy sessions before we give
That's
birth.
good. Yeah.
And then after we give, and that
Yeah.
should be included.
I
That
think
should
that's a
be
good
something
idea.
that is not
Mhm.
a, you can maybe set it up. It should be already set. These are the days you need to go see your doctor.
Yes.
These are the days after.
Almost kinda mandatory.
Mandatory to
Yeah.
make sure that we're in our sound mind and making sure that the baby is good. Because right now, all they doing is giving me every time I go for me or Charlie, every time I go, um, they just ask me a questionnaire.
Mhm.
Now I can manipulate that questionnaire. I'm not gonna tell you how I really feel.
Mhm.
I don't wanna make myself look
Right,
crazy.
right.
So I'm gonna just answer all the things that I know that makes me look like I'm
And
good.
we all do. I feel like we all do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you've been talking to this therapist since before you gave birth, they're gonna see the changes in you.
Mhm.
They'll
Mhm.
know something is off.
Yeah.
But they don't require that. And I think they should.
I think that's a good idea.
I know. I have good
That's a good
ideas.
idea. Look at you.
But how do we get that passed? We don't
Right,
know.
right.
Or maybe it's something that we can request as or something maybe we can just start doing ourselves, like, "Hey, I'm pregnant. Let me go ahead and set up therapy sessions for
That's
myself."
true. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then let me go ahead and
That's a good idea.
continue and give myself because I think with Marley, I didn't develop postpartum depression until she was, like, 18 months old, and I didn't know because I thought I was out of the window.
And I heard it lasts a long time too. Do you know
Mhm.
what the cutoff is?
No,
See, I wish we had a
because
phone. We
like I
can
said,
Google that,
I
but
thought
it's a stretch.
I thought I was
Yeah,
good,
and
but
I'm
it
like,
was
"Oh,
18 months in, and I was talking to one
no,
of my clients, and she
no,
said, "Baby, you got
mm-mm."
postpartum
I
depression."
think it
I was
was
like,
like
"No."
some years,
Oh, really?
maybe a couple. I don't know. I have to research it. We'll
Yeah.
have to follow up with
Well, we'll
that.
follow up.
Yeah, for sure. Because I learned that
Yeah, but
it lasts
if
longer
you're
than.
expecting mom, just be cautious of that and start your therapy sessions now. It might
Mhm,
not be covered by your insurance, but find somebody that you can afford and go now
mhm,
and then go after just to make sure that you're good because our brains is tied. It's all tied together and our hormones shift really fast.
mhm.
So it's scary out there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you. I think we did good.
Yes, this was fun. Well,
This is
I can't wait for more. So, yeah.
more. So, guys, thank you for joining us on our
Yes.
first uh, inaugural episode of It's Okay,
It's okay,
Mama.
mama.
Make sure you follow us on YouTube. Hit
Yes.
the like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram,
Mhm.
Facebook, and TikTok. Make sure you
Yes.
comment if you're in the Houston area and you want to come record your birthing stories or be a part of the podcast in any way.
Mhm.
Um, make Leave a message below, and then we'll contact you and get your email, and we can get you on the podcast so we can share
Yes.
stories and create this community that we're trying to create for moms out here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we all can use it. So,
Yeah.
thanks for watching.
Yes, and just remember,
It's
it's
okay,
okay, mama.
mama.